he's put together with the Philadelphia Eagles. And Matt LaFleur has been winning since he took over in 25 wins as the Green Bay Packers head coach. Moments ago, Philadelphia won the toss. They definitely involved. Makes it feel like 26 here tonight in Green Bay. Just tiptoeing down the sideline and a good return. 33-yard return, and Jordan Love in the top 7 around the National Football League. That completion percentage would be a career high.
He's played really well. He tends to get a little impatient and wants to force the ball down the field. They've been able to hit some of those deep balls, but
number 8 offense in the National Football League, able to pick up 5 up front. We will show you that they drafted on the 3rd day of the draft back in 2022. And the backs and receivers, we highlight Christian Watson, right tight end, after the injury to Tucker Kraft. Here's Jacobs out of the backfield. Made a man miss. Jackson and turned it into a 6-yard catch and run. And here's the defense. They are really good. Linebackers, Jalen Phillips. They just added him from Miami. And in the secondary, really good with Quinyon Mitchell.
As to what exactly his role might be, but he came right out with the starting group. He's been on the field the entire time.
Bends it back, and on first down with not a lot of room out in front of him, able to get 3. Miami in 2023 was a deadline deal that they made with the Miami. Has been healthy. Has been one of the best in rushing the quarterback.
Yeah, and he played for defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, so there's familiarity with the defensive coordinator, and that only helps him.
Here's Jacobs.
Well, this offensive line for the Green Bay Packers, they've had a few offensive line combinations coming into this game. Coming in as to whether or not Aaron Banks, the left guard, would make the start. He left last week's game with a neck stinger. He in production of Josh Jacobs go up over the previous 4 games.
See where they put it down with the mark. He looks to be just short, and this will be an early decision. We'll take it and get it. They say, there you go. There's your tush push.
There might have been a little bit of an early movement, but by Walker. Was looking to see if the official of the screen, the left side of the O-line.
Nick Sirianni is working. Jacobs again. Obvious what their design.
There's no doubt that they want to get this running game, and that's really Matt LaFleur and what he's about as well, is they want their identity to be. And Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator for Philadelphia. He prefers.
First 7 plays, 6 have been runs. Loves it. And that is a big-time loss on 2nd down, a loss of 14 on the sack.
Flat, he could have taken it right away. He also had Dobbs, but for whatever reason, he gets off it. Haven't been able to get home with the sacks a lot this year, but it's not indicative of the...
It's not there. And with Mitchell defending, it falls to the grass. Hunt. The drive basically comes to an end, and Quinyon Mitchell, as good as there is at corner in the league,
and was good last year as well. That is a big loss if he's not able to door on the opposite side as he gets tended to.
Well, at the deadline, not only did Jair Alexander, the former Packer, who is inactive and not, and he's up, able to get over to the sideline. We'll take a break. The medical tent, as we'll get the punt here from Daniel Whelan after a 9-play, 12 sideways spin, and a fair catch by Xavier Giggles and quarterback Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl 59 MVP. And here are the numbers. This action, better ground game in that win their last time out against the Giants.
Yeah, they looked a little bit more like the center personnel groupings that they've done. It's a new wrinkle that Kevin Patullo has expanded some of the things they've been doing within the run game. Here he is under center here.
So right out of the gate, as Philadelphia would go with the tush push on the first play from scrimmage, because the Green Bay Packers kind of started the second half of that game at Minnesota. The Packers, the organization that spearheaded the, and so it remains, and it's 2nd and 7. Able to complete. A.J. Brown is going to be a yard short of the first down.
Well, the one thing they wanted to avoid, they're going to have and pick it up that way and what they might do, but that'll be the key as they get closer. There's a opportunity for them to execute this play that they do so well.
Hurts it.
Yeah, he takes it and he goes to the left side, and there's some variations that they run off of this. This is what becomes debatable across the league with the officiating and how that's being handled.
So a first down is the result, and now a toss to Barkley for 3.
Well, Green Bay, they got theirs. They were early when they went for. Clearly, Dickerson is across the line and moving before the ball's ever snapped.
Cam Jurgens is the normal. Makes his 5th NFL start, back-to-back games at center.
And they bring in the extra lineman.
Daylight! And a big carry out to the 40. McKinney on the tackle, but a carry.
But it's not because of him. He still gets more than what's blocked. And you give him a crease like this. And look, he's all the way up on the finding the backside hole to get to.
In his visit with Lisa Salters before the good. And he just showed it right there. Here's a handoff to Biggs' carry of the year and picks up 5.
You know, it's interesting. We'll get into Howie Roseman and all that he did. Labulates it as well as anybody in the league. But Tank Bigsby was one of those guys early on in the season that he made a trade for, of taking it the distance at any given moment as well.
Bit of contact with Carrington Valentine. No flags are thrown. It's 3rd down and 5.
You talked about, and he's sitting on the route, and this pass rush is so good that that's what he wants to see. This pass rush led by Michael Parsons.
Parsons across. They shut this play down. Carl Brooks is indicating he thought Philadelphia moved. First was on.
Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So that's Clay Martin. You heard from. And it cost Philly 5. It's 3rd down and 10. Pressure from Parsons. Hurts out to his right. Time running out. Well, that's just a beautiful play by Hurts and Shipley.
It is, because the Packers, they showed blitz, and then 4-man pass rush. They're able to get the pressure. Then on Jalen Hurts with pursuit from Micah Parsons, he'd go with the football.
The drive, and across midfield they go as Barkley is brought down by Quay Walker.
Package, Joe, that they started a couple of games ago against the Minnesota Vikings, and he gets in the game about 20 snaps. They lose too much. They present this personnel grouping that's heavy for run, but they've got some play action.
And Barkley gets it. Got as much as he could. Sorrell is in on the 3. 3rd down coming up.
You look at this 3rd down defense for Green Bay. They were really good last year in Hafley's first year as defensive coordinator. This year, they've been as good or better. Create takeaways, but they have really owned this down this year.
Smith for 8.
So they're heavy zone defense, and when you play zone, and Cooper, he's dropping back, trying to get underneath anything in the intermediate zone. Pretty easy completion and conversion.
First possession of the night, and the Eagles are 3 for 3 converting 3rd downs, and a gain of 7 on.
He knows he's back there because he's been getting in the backfield pretty consistently here on this drive.
2nd and 3. Shipley just throws.
This is a pretty nice drive for Philadelphia. You know, you talk about some of the inconsistencies that they've had this year, or at least in the first few weeks of the season with Kansas City and Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, Denver. But to be on the road.
Parsons on the sideline. Barkley back in the game for the Eagles. Play action. Hurts has all day. Hurts had plenty of time, but nowhere to go.
Yeah, a really good job. I like the secondary in general. I especially like ball. They're trying to move the pocket. Didn't fool the Packers. They're locked up. And this is the one thing when you look at the Philadelphia green helmets really doing much to create separation to give them a place to go with the football.
Barkley over the right side. Not much. Got a couple. Devontae Wyatt was in on the tackle. We're already under a minute and a half to go in this opening quarter. Each side has had a possession. It's third down and
pretty good matchup between Kevin Patullo and Jeff Hafley. We got
Hurts going to take and has got it for Green Bay. Knees are up, arm is not down. That's a fumble.
It sure is. Cooper, he comes in, he punches right at it. These guys, they turned the ball over this year. They have the fewest turnovers in the league, but Cooper comes in and punches it out.
With that, we'll take a break. That is fumble and turnover for Jalen Hurts. Just awesome. And today, by the way, part of our crew here on this cold off to Jacobs, and the ball ends up on the ground as the two teams.
Jacobs, he's not expecting to have the ball, and I don't think Jordan Love's trying to give him the ball. I think the fake, and it comes out of his hand.
319, set up.
Loss of 3 on that play. Knocked down by Jalen Carter. And with 5 seconds left in quarter number 1.
Well, we talk about what Micah Parsons is capable of doing. Not able to get to the quarterback, realizes he's pulling up and goes up and takeaway on the year. But they have had one now in each of the last 4 games. So it is picked.
Third down and 13. Love out to his right. Just short of first down yardage. And that is how the first quarter will come to a close.